How often do you see a van parked inside a huge shopping district that sells sweet potatoes? It's trying to sell sweet potatoes. Hello everyone, we are continuing with our winter break saga today, and we are going to go check out the biggest Shinto shrine in all of Hokkaido. It's called the Hokkaido Jingu, which means Hokkaido Shrine. Kind of an original name, I know, but I guess it is what it is. Around New Year's time in Japan, it's common practice to visit a shrine within the first few days of the new year in order to pray to the Shinto gods for wealth, for longevity, for strength in school, what have you, right? And so being in Japan for the first time and also being here for the first time around New Year's, I think it's important for me to go check out at least to see what it's like. It's a couple of days after New Year's now, so I don't think it's going to be quite as packed as it would have been, say, on New Year's Eve or in the morning of New Year's Day or even later in the day yesterday. But I'm hoping that we're still going to get some cool shots. I'm going to see some people doing some praying stuff and maybe even give it a try, since I know foreigners are allowed to do it. So with that being said, let's go. Now I'm currently walking actually in an underground tunnel that runs between Sapporo Station and Odori Station, where we can board the Tozai line, which is what we need to take to get to the temple today. So just like most of the stations here are some crazy labyrinths of underground mazes, there are a few pathways that connect not just stations but complete underground malls here too. It's really quite incredible. I remember the first time I came down here, I was quite surprised at A, the number of people that use this, and B, how easy it is to get around in the winter when you're not having to trudge through a bunch of snow, which, as I've seen so far, there has been a lot. So with that, we're going to make our way to Odori Station, where we're going to get on the Tozai line and hopefully make our way to the temple before it closes, which we should have tons of time. Because today's route falls outside of the scope of my pass, I have to get a ticket today. It's kind of fine. I have a bunch of cash I need to get rid of, so we're just going to dump this in there. There we go. Take that. And we'll go get on the train. So we've gotten off the Tozai line and we're heading to the park now. To cross here, we're going to get a small white car. And it's gotten a little bit windy and a little bit chilly, so that's the Starbucks. There's no Tim Hortons in Japan, so Starbucks will have to do, I suppose. And so now we're just making our way to the entrance of the park, where there were a few different attractions, but the primary concern for today is going to be the shrine. As I approached the temple, I was surprised at how many people made their way to and from the grounds. Eventually, as I got closer, I encountered for the first time perhaps one of the most well-known symbols of Japan, the Torii Gate. In Japan's native religion, Shintoism, the Torii Gate is the marker between the mundane and the divine, separating the world of humanity from that of the kami, or gods, that live in all things. Past the gate, monuments covered in snow line the path leading me to the sounds of the festival being held just up ahead. In Japan, at times of celebration, it's very common for festivals to be held, offering fun toys and games as well as some event-specific foods and drinks. In this case, nothing says New Year's quite like a cup of hot amazake, which I was really keen on trying for the very first time. We have made it to the shrine. There is a lot to see here, a lot of nifty stalls. We're gonna go handheld for this because it's hard to drink stuff and eat stuff and hold a gimbal at the same time. So I picked myself up some amazake. I've never had it before, so it should be an interesting thing. Amazake is sweetened rice wine, but the consistency is not what I was expecting. It's really something more akin to like a goop. So I'll show you what it looks like, and then we'll have a taste. So here's what it looks like. So it's really just this white liquid. It looks like it's got a bunch of sediment in it, but I understand that it's really quite sweet. So let's give this a taste. Oh, that is weird. But actually, that's quite good. So, when it first goes in, it tastes kind of like that stinky feet taste from Parmesan cheese. Note to self, when trying to describe a culturally significant drink like amazake to people who might not know what it is, perhaps don't start with the stinky feet taste from Parmesan cheese. Like, what was I even thinking? And then you let it swirl a little bit in your mouth, and it gets really, really sweet, and then it finishes on the taste of sake, but like more mild. So yeah, 10 out of 10 would drink that. That is actually quite good. I might get another one. It is slightly alcoholic, so if I get a buzz, well, let's have a party at the shrine. With my cup of amazake down, I decided to weave my way through the crowd right to the shrine, which is said to harbor 3 kami, as well as the soul of Emperor Meiji, who was the first emperor in Japan to regain practical power after the Meiji Restoration in the 1860s. Laying eyes on the shrine for the first time, I was awestruck at the architecture. After all, it really screams ancient Japanese temple, right? Well, kind of. At the time, Sapporo Shrine was first built in 1871 and was only really named Hokkaido Shrine in 1964, when the soul of the emperor was enshrined there. The building was actually destroyed in a fire in 1974, and what you see now was built in 1978. Still, the influence of thousands of years of tradition can be felt when walking the grounds, which, in the moment, had me truly captivated. Ultimately, it was time to try my hand at praying at the shrine, where you first need to throw some money, usually a 5 yen coin, into the shrine. Then you bow twice out of respect, clap twice to get the attention of the kami, pray, and then finally bow once to end. It was at this moment where I completely forgot everything about how to pray at a shrine. But if there's one thing that living here has taught me is when you're in doubt, always look at the locals, and fortunately, I have them right in front of me to teach me what to do. And they spared me quite an embarrassing situation. With my request hopefully heard by the gods, and no, I'm not saying what it was, I took a few more moments to take in the feeling of the crowd, watching the people read their fortunes for the new year, and looking at the countless prayers on wooden plaques, which are typical during oh-hatsu-moday, or the first temple visit of the new year. As it was getting darker out, I decided to leave the temple and go and check out that festival again, which had no doubt perked up since earlier. Right, so I just finished up at the shrine. I managed to pull a fortune that you pay 100 yen for, and it's supposed to give you some hints about what the next year is supposed to bring. It's a big tradition here in Japan, and after you read it, people usually tie it to these little constructs in a certain fashion, and it's supposed to bring good luck. I managed to do that, which is great. And then after that, I went to the actual temple itself, and I did my prayer. That was fun. I can say I prayed at the biggest Shinto shrine in Sapporo, and now I'm on my way out. I'm going to be going through the Matsuri. After this, I'm probably going to go and get something to eat because I haven't really eaten much today. Maybe I'm going to go find some soup curry and I'll take you guys along with me. With my time at the shrine at an end, I crossed yet another torii gate back into the realm of humanity, where I set my sights on perhaps a more important goal now, getting food. After a few subway rides, I found myself at Tanuki-koji, a large covered shopping street with restaurants aplenty. I may have gotten a little bit distracted though. I'm on my way to the curry place, but I've seen this spot. You know your boy's gonna get distracted by going to see all the little kitties, so let's go. Look at how nice this cat is. He's just chilling here. Oh, he's just so curious about the world. He's just observing. Oh, and now he's all happy. What's up? Oh my god. Overloaded with cuteness, I left the cat spot in the direction of where I'd be eating for the evening. A little joint called Soup Curry Garaku, where I was greeted with a line? In Japan, it's quite common for really good restaurants to have a line out the door, and the only way in is to, well, wait. So, after standing in the cold for what felt like an eternity, I, finally got in, where I was greeted with yet another line. So, after waiting for another eternity, and a bit of patience later, I was finally shown to my seat. Made it to Soup Curry Garaku, which is one place among many in the city that serves soup curry. I've gone ahead and ordered, and now I'm just waiting for my food. In the meantime, I've got a delicious beer that I will enjoy. Cheers! So my food has arrived. This is soup curry. So normally it is served with a portion of rice that you're supposed to scoop up with your spoon and subsequently dip into the soup broth and eat. It comes with a chicken leg and some seasonable vegetables, and as far as I'm aware, this restaurant does everything from Hokkaido. So with that being said, I included with my order another dish that's made here on Hokkaido. It's called zangi, which is basically a form of fried chicken that was, again, not from Sapporo itself, but from Hokkaido. And essentially it's like karaage, but it's a lot more marinated and a lot more crispy. So I'm curious to see how this is going to taste. Let's go ahead and take a bite. Oh wow, that's good. Oh, that's so tasty. Oh my god. That's unbelievably delicious. Wow. Oh, on a cold day like today, it would be hard to beat that. It's zingy, it's savory, it's explode in your mouth. Flavor. Let's try the chicken. Get on the chopstick. So with my hands it is. So again, this is what we're looking at here. This is zangi. Let's give it a try. That's damn good. Wow. Anyway, I'm going to finish my soup. I think I'm going to end this vlog here on a good note. Thanks for coming to check out the temple with me. It was really fun. I'm glad I got to go do that today. And wherever you are, stay safe. Thanks. Wow. Oh my god. Wow. Oh my god. Oh, that's so tasty. Explode in your mouth. Flame. 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 Explode in your mouth. Oh.